Hey there. Just getting things set up. So I'm not going to stream very long today. Probably just a little over an hour. But I thought I'd turn this on for a little while. Just let the sim run a little bit. See, demand is increasing with my city. I'm going to let things kind of play out some for a little while. So I thought I'd run the sim here and see if we can get to 17 in the next hour or so.
Episode of Community Quest. Last time we just entered the great hall of the Viking Overlord, plucked a tail feather from the snowhawk roosting by the fire pit, and used it to unlock the secret chamber concealed under Farmer's golden breastplate. There we discover 3 intricately tooled metal boxes, one containing a jewel-encrusted dagger, one a flask of poison, and third, a lock of hair. We only have room in our inventory for one item. Which shall we choose? Let's find out what our wise audience thinks. Trog9 proposes we grab the dagger. An interesting choice. After all, Garthor might return it any second. The Wichita Wiccan wants that lock of hair. But to what purpose, I wonder? If you were thinking like a thief, you might pour the flask of poison on the blade. I mean, I've been known to do that, but never mind me. I'm not here to make suggestions. We'll roll for it next episode. Stay tuned.
A housing shortage is driving up prices in the area.
That's right, Clement. But
So we'll see here. I'm going to get a nice place to sort of look over.
Welcome, Professor. So a housing shortage is
All right.
bad for the people.
Back here we've got some resource issues maybe to
Humans are programmed
tackle.
to desire certain representations within ideological rewards.
Leaning towards the fact I think we need more stone. Now, up here is where I'd plan to add in another stone plant before we drop down the nuclear facility.
right, one final question.
And we've got plenty of room for more growth when it comes to business.
Certain metrics,
So
perhaps,
this is where I
yes, in
put
the
most of my
short run.
I
business.
like the sound of that.
But what we are discussing is the study of a statistical abstraction and its
French
effect
high
on the
density.
human
Thank you, Professor.
It is a question of priority.
This just in from traffic. If you're thinking about hitting the streets, you can expect delays on the major roads.
You'll see I'm slowly
especially
pushing
during rush
industry in
Good
this
to know,
direction,
Jim. Seems like
away and
everybody's
away
in a
further
hurry to
from
get
the city
somewhere
center,
fast. It's worth slowing down.
and
if you
filling
can,
it with
plan a trip outside the rush.
Oh, I don't know.
Commercial
I'd rather wait an hour in traffic than
offices,
start
so
thinking about everything.
just that little move there,
Besides, if
though,
I did that, I'd never
moved
get
quite a
anywhere.
bit out. So we'll go ahead and also replace some of that. Yeah, we're backing up heavy into the industrial section of my city now, which just kind of encourages my thought patterns more of saying, okay, well, maybe this needs to turn into, or even this back here needs to turn into something that connects across. Might not be bad to put something here and run the highway up along here and connect. Not a terrible plan. This is where I'm planning on putting the international airport, so we'd end up purchasing this, and then this. So big money just spent there. I want to make sure that's not going to end up costing me too much per month. Should be fine. You know what? I'm going to finish out here. And let's look and see what I have for coverage. I'm going to expand this one. With the nuclear plant and the mines, it's going to to be a relatively low population area to cover. So I think even though this is very large for a district, I think it'll be okay. It's going to be relatively rural out here. Alright, here's my highway. Yep. There's the rail station. So this is why this is just so perfect for the international airport. So directional T section is going to go in here, and that'll let me bring things around. In fact, I'm going to put that in if I can, like here. More like that. Alright, so let's slow down the sim. Do a quick little delete of the highway. Okay, we're here. Yeah, we're just bringing this all right along the coast. Nice. Right in there. And it's going to go straight along. Here we can go down to 1. Oh, wrong way. That's fine. Okay, so it's right here, there, and then this one here. There we go. Just a 1 lane, it divides, and then we're across. Now I can pull this one around. Come down from top of the mountain. I'm gonna keep this elevated, so I'm just raising it 30, and I'm gonna raise it again 60. Try to keep that an elevated highway. Future planning, so I'm gonna raise this as well back to an elevated point. There we go. Okay. A little close here. Probably too close. No, maybe not. And we're gonna come right in here with it. So this will just go into a 2-lane. Oh, we can't. Look at that. Oh, that's because we're 6 feet off the ground. Alright. Alright, we're up. Nope, won't let me do it. Now, if I go down to here. Look at that. Crazy. Alright, so we're gonna go from here. Slight elevation increase. And then all the way up. Just a 1 lane to start. I guess we can go 2. Okay, so we're too close here. We have to like that. Perfect.
A driving advisory has been issued
Alright,
for
there
the
we go.
immediate area due to poor road conditions.
And
Please
we're gonna
exercise
bring this
caution
down
when
now
must
to the ground.
and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve.
And we're
This has been a
connected.
local public service announcement.
Now
A
this
driving
is the next
advisory
part.
has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive and try to stay off the streets until
Best we
conditions
can to
improve. This has been a local public service announcement.
eliminate the chaos as much as possible.
DJ Wranglebone with you on air today, broadcasting live from our studio. A sprawling complex deep
There we
deep
go.
underground, where the chill, damp air brings goosebumps to every inch of uncovered skin. A sound engineer sits quietly dozing on the other side of a thick sheet of soundproof glass. Exits lie to the east and the south.
And one last little connection here, and we're gonna be done.
Ah, but there's a tiny hatch above. Never noticed that.
There we go.
I suppose I could probably
New
squeeze
highway
through. Don't even smell it.
enabled.
I'll be back soon. You're listening to Soft Rock Radio.
Industry in the region is on the rise, and when business is doing well, that
My
floats our
favorite
boat.
of
There's
the-
no
like
sinking
here.
this boat, Glenda. And on to our main feature story. The commercial district is booming as the area is attracting more high-end stores, bringing the latest in luxury to our neighborhood. You can now shop for designer shoes while
Yeah, I like
sipping
that
a
better.
fancy local
I don't like
Java
turnarounds
latte.
in the middle of the highway.
Or so my wife tells me. That's good for business and
This
good
is
for the community.
pretty good.
Thanks, Jim.
But this
We'll be
needs to
back
get changed. We do a little curve. There we go. All right. Yeah, we're all the way across connected here. Boom. Okay, that will stop any traffic from driving through my city that doesn't have business in the city. It should help very much reduce congestion. Perfect. The major goal is to try to do something about this. I can't stop all traffic from coming in the city, obviously. That would be ridiculous, but at least if they have purpose for driving through it, I don't want them just driving from one end to the other when they can take the highway and go around. I've even got this inner loop now. So we have an inner loop, we have an outer loop. This here wouldn't be a bad connection to make. We'll exit to an urban area here. Not suburban.
We interrupt this program to bring you
Another
a special
dumbbell.
news bulletin. A heavy storm is approaching the city, and the likelihood of hail is very high. Traffic slowdowns and damage to crops and property are expected. Citizens are advised to remain indoors until the situation passes.
So I put a dumbbell right here. Right in between. Maybe not, because it's on a hill like that. How about this one? Yeah, it's too much. Trumpet goes to really more suburbans. Okay, what about a partial clover leaf? Yeah, we can put it here.
That's good.
It's gonna go in the cream puffs.
Very good. Well, not a lot of great options, huh? Oh. Okay, possibility. Yeah, just too steep. Oh, this might be an option. dropped it down here. Yeah, it just brings it around too much. Okay, maybe here. And then wrap it around. Close. Yeah, and I can't go this way. It's a shame. Maybe like that. Yeah, I'm too low now. I like your videos. Please make more videos how you make bridges over bay and water. How many feet boats and ship lines. Happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays, happy New Year. You know what, Larry? I will do that for you. I can absolutely put something together on how you make bridges over the bay. My next stream, I'll do that. We'll do some bridges. Okay. Right now I'm messing with intersections, which are a little bit less. Bridges are actually easier to work with than intersections. So, yeah, good idea, good suggestion, and sure, that'll be fun. All right, I'm gonna reconnect this. This just is not working out the way I want it to. So we're gonna reestablish that and go back here. This is just too hilly, it seems, for what I wanted to do. All right. So Larry, you said you want a bridge. So first thing we're going to do is decide where that's going to go, where it makes the most sense. So let's look at my map and decide where we're going to place that bridge connection. Well, there's a train coming in from this side of the city. There's no trains over here. This city actually we could do a lot of bridging. So you see they've got one here that kind of came in with it, but there's nothing special with it, right? It's just sort of a connection. It's for railroad. Okay. We will do something. Just trying to see what I'm going to connect. We can pull this up here, connect across, or we can do another bridge in this direction. I wonder if there's anything to mine over here. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at the fertile land over here. So we could try to make a bridge connection over this way. It'll lead to farmland across the river. And kind of have this already set up in play. So we're gonna cross this channel here. Probably something like that. Okay, so I'll need that much space for it. bought the Grand Bridge yet. I may not have. Let's see. I don't need points. All right, so I'm gonna. I don't own a Grand Bridge, so I'm going to have to buy that one. We can do a Golden Gate. Okay, so you'll see you start too low. What I like to do is I like to kind of line the bridge up where it's going to go and then set it at the height I want it at. Okay, so that's going to be my bridge. Just like that.
A driving
So,
advisory has
just
been
like that,
issued
there's
for
our
the immediate
bridge.
area due to poor road conditions.
But we're too low.
Please exercise caution if
So
you must
this is
drive
not
and
going to be
try
high
stay
enough
off the
probably
streets
for
until
ships to get
conditions
past, and
improve.
it's really,
This
really
has
low.
been a local
So I'm going to get rid of
public
that
service
one. So we're going to start here again, but instead I'm going to go and try a 90-foot bridge.
You're listening.
Okay, so 90-foot bridge. We're going to need more room to go down to the ground.
We're live. And
Alright,
we're
right
getting
there is pretty
reports
good.
of a traffic accident somewhere in the city.
Road maintenance services have already been
Want to go
dispatched
even
and
higher?
traffic
We can do
flow
the
should return to
120.
normal. But if you're planning a quick trip out,
Okay, there's
you
a
might
120
want to wait
bridge.
a little while until everything clears up.
If you're in it, you already know about it. No use reminding you. Meanwhile, expect delays and drive safe.
Okay, there's the
This
120.
just in from traffic. If you're
Then what do you
thinking
do?
about
So
hitting the
you're
streets,
120
you can
feet here. This should be
expect delays on
enough
the
for
major
boats to
roads,
get
especially
underneath,
during rush hour.
right?
Good to know.
It's
Jim.
120 feet
Seems
up.
like everyone is in a hurry to get somewhere fast. It's worth slowing down. And if you can, plan your trip outside the rush.
Oh, I don't know. I'd rather
from
wait
here,
for
we're
the
gonna just
traffic than
do-
start thinking about everything all the time. Besides, if I did that, I'd never get anywhere.
A large road. No. There we go. And we're going to curve. So it gives us an opportunity to bring it back down to the ground gracefully. Okay, so we can go to here. Alright, so we got a nice little connection across. Then we're going to do the same thing over here. So that large road's going to connect. Pull it here. Again, we're curving. So we're going to curve back down to here. And then we're going to do a large road that leads this way. We'll actually do a medium. So this is going to be a medium road that leads this way. Remember, the point of all this was to open up more agriculture, right? So let's eyeball where that is. So grain farming is I want to be able to get to here. Right there. Okay, that's what I'm aiming for. Okay. Then from here, let's put it into play. So let's build a small road. And then we'll cover it. Harder to tell in the snow where that road needs to go. Maybe is it here? Yes. Alright, so road will go straight to here. And we'll run right under the bridge to here. Where it will connect with the medium road. There we go. So we got a nice connection. Okay. Large road leading down to a couple of different size roads there, medium. Now we're connected over here. These guys, of course, need water and sewer and electricity, but that's not an issue. Okay, we're almost connected to that right here. So we'll just do this real quick. And now we got electricity, water and sewerage. Oh, yep, water and sewerage. We'll probably have to go underground for that. There we go, nice and connected. And time to expand. So we're in a perfect spot. We're going to expand to here. Make this all filled in. This will be our newest agricultural center. You always need food to expand your population, so it's hard to go wrong with an expansion like this one. Alright, well, this is now taking shape. Thanks to Larry's suggestion, we have added in, and let's go ahead and just knock these around a bit. Okay, thanks to Larry's suggestion, we have added in a bridge. Brings to the other side. It's a pretty high bridge. This is a 120-foot bridge, which should be enough, I'm guessing, to bring boats underneath it. If not, I'm going to find out quickly and I'll have to redesign it. And the next step will be to add something probably down over here. So, you see where we got this highway? So if I'm going to create an eventual exit out to here, right, I need to either come this way or maybe drop down this way. So if we put a port in, I'm going to have to do something about this bridge here. I don't know if this is high enough. It might be. It's pretty tall. We'll see. We'll have to put some boats in and find out. And what I'll do is I'll drop my boat probably back here. Right? This is kind of a good spot. If it's here, now we're drawing stuff this way, and we're bringing stuff in this way. So we never have to go through the city, versus if I put a port over here, then stuff has to go through the city. My thought is put one here. Then I've got the international airport that's going to go in here. I can take this train tracks and bring them across the mountains, maybe even through the mountain. That'd be fun, like a mountain tunnel for the train. Come through the other side, bring it down here, and now I've got, essentially this becomes my port for the city. And we've got our snazzy Golden Gate Bridge in play, which, fingers crossed, is going to be tall enough to allow the boats to go underneath. And if not, then we'll be adjusting it. But here we go. We got a little bit of a death wave going on, so we're going to play through that a little bit. Make sure I don't need... It's winter, so that could be a big part of it. I don't see major congestion. Maybe up here. Yep. It's still not too bad. since today is going to be such a short stream, I don't know if I'm really going to have time to put my complete boat plan into action. But that will be the target for the next stream. So, as Larry asked, I went ahead and put up a bridge and showed you how to do that. About 120 feet is what I would recommend to start. I recommend building the bridge outside of the road connection for it. So put your bridge down first, get that in play, and then work the road around the bridge. It's much easier to manipulate roads than it is to manipulate bridges. Right, we're going to give this about a 15-minute wait, and then see what else I got going on for this short session today. Again, just trying to work through the sim. And the sim will kind of let you know the limits as far as your population goes, your dollars, things will... As you get longer in the game and your cities become more balancing and you have all the things, got enough trash collection, you have enough crematoriums in play, your medical is solid, you can let these things run for a really long time. This will also give me enough data to let me know what I need to fix when it comes to some of my my traffic routes. I may add a people bridge somewhere along the way here. This is that may help with some of the traffic. I got a lot of people moving around, right? So right here, maybe if we put in a people mover. Really good increase though, like over 200 an hour coming in right now. That's a nice increase.
Driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement.
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement.
Welcome, friends. Pull up a chair by the fireplace, or wherever. Adventure awaits, and yet waits for no man. So tarry not. This is software.
Industry in the region is on the rise, and when business is doing well, that floats our boat.
There's no sinking this boat, Glenda. And on to our main feature story. The commercial district is booming as the area is attracting more high-end stores, bringing the latest in luxury to our neighborhood. You can now shop for designer shoes while sipping a fancy local Jarva mate. Or so my wife tells me. That's good for business and good for the community.
Thanks, Jim. We'll be back after this.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin. A severe hailstorm is approaching. Damage to crops and property is expected. We urge citizens to stay inside until the storm has passed.
Okay, we're clearing up a little bit traffic-wise. 127 population, we're growing nicely. Yeah, we got some destruction to take care of. Here's my newest addition. And as I kept talking about, I think we're going to put... So I'm going to buy it. Buy this section of town here. Oops. Alright. So I'm going to put a port. And I think I'm going to put the port here. On this side. This, if I can, kind of like in this little area in here. What do I got in here? Feels like a good spot for a port. Okay, so there's all this new stuff with water. I've done most of my work with harbors like this. It's what I'm most familiar with. And I'm going to start out with for now. We're just going to pop a harbor down right here. Really a nice fit. In here is not going to work, right? I could probably do something with some of the newer ports and build it out. But it's going to take a little time to learn that. And this is a short stream. So we're going to go with what we know, which is this. Okay. Nice and clean. So I think what's important here is when you place the harbor, you want it kind of like this. Nice, even. You don't want it like where it's like that. You want them even. Like, when it gets bent like this, it just weird things happen in the game. So try and get it nice and flat like this. Okay, we're gonna drop that there. It needs a road connection, obviously. We're gonna do a small road across the port. Okay, and we're gonna bring this up to about here and across. And we're gonna go down and across. And then this here is the big road coming down. I am going to go ahead and drop a large road there. Just like that. I like the way that exits out. Very nice. Okay, so now we're stuck with needing a waterway connection. So that's going to mean I need to get out here. Okay. Which of course means I'm going to need to probably buy more space. So we can expand the waterway a little bit before then. So we're going to go into the boat tool. And we're going to go with a wide seaway, which is probably too big. How about a medium one? Okay, medium's not bad. We're just going to kind of expand this way. Does that go all the way up the mountain, though? Is there a... I mean, there is. There's a connection. Look at that right there. Okay, we can't come through there. That won't work. Looks like we will be able to do that. Exceeding city limits, not a problem. I've got plenty of... plenty of ability to buy. Okay, so that lets us at least get this way. Alright. Here we go. How wide can we go? Can we go that wide? No. Okay, we're going to go medium to here. And then we're going to go to a narrow seaway. Wow, really? Am I going to have to expand this? Is there really not naturally enough room to get down this seaway without without drilling holes in the map? Really? I mean, I can do that. It's not a big deal, but I figured the map would be designed to at least let you build a narrow seaway around it. Let's see. No, though, huh? It's like, nah. You're gonna have to make your own seaway. That's fine. Oh, I guess we went the wrong way with that. Oh, that's raising. Come on. Lower. Okay, gonna have to lower some more. Okay, so it's right clicking. Okay, you're just gonna lower right along here. I'm just trying to create enough for a narrow seaway. Okay, there we go. Oh, not quite enough. Oh, there. Oh, almost. Almost. Nope, shouldn't need to buy more map. I just need to get this to go down a little bit more.
Pending updates to our power grid.
Power
the
grid
city will be
updates? You gotta be kidding me.
experiencing rolling blackouts.
That's
We urge
that
the
is
public
not
to
correct
remain
news.
calm during these breaks in service and to follow the guidelines.
All
on the
right,
city's
there we go.
website on how to plan for these
We are connected.
temporary events. This has been a
Whole
local public
beach.
service announcement.
Recent spikes in demand have led to temporary
What's
local
your?
shortages
Oh,
in
really?
the
You don't have a
city's
sewer
fresh
connection?
water
Not
supply.
enough
The
water.
public should be aware that we are struggling to get the situation in hand.
How are you not having enough?
This has been a
That's
local
an
public
odd.
service announcement.
Not enough water, not enough sewer. Why is that not connected? Interesting.
This is Soft Rock Radio, and I'm Dylan Rangel. If it's one of those days when your neck
Now it's connected?
and there's trolls on the horizon, take a break.
No.
Listen to a song. The Orcs will be there when we get back. The trolls might be closer.
Industry in the region is on the rise, and when business
There
is
we
doing
go.
well,
All
that
right.
floats our boats.
There's no sinking this boat, Glenda.
All right, so we've got our
Local
outside
stargazers
connection.
are in for a
This
real
is
treat
now
tonight
connected over
as
there.
the Aurora Borealis is expected to
And
light
I
up
think
the
I can
night
actually
sky.
add piers
That's
to this
right,
now.
Jim. Don't forget to look up this evening. It promises to be quite a sight.
Let's see. That was in here. And it's like a port road you can add to this. Yeah, no. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. You can add to that. Anyways, let's build in the shipping routes. So And what's funny is I won't have to worry about this bridge because we're only going this way. Alright, we'll build it the other way too. So, we're going to do a connection outside the city going the other direction. Probably have to do more ground movement. So let's do that. So we're going to buy this. And we're going to buy that. Interesting. I wonder how hard these will be to get around once you start drawing the waterways. Okay, now that should allow me to make my waterway. It's probably going to get too narrow up here. I'll just deal with it once I get to it. So here we go. This, can we go large? Can we go large? Oh, almost. Yeah, no water. No, not large. We can go medium. All right, we're going to go underneath. Look at that. Nice, clean underneath. Oh, is that bridge going to be too,
broadcast to all citizens.
yeah, a little, might be too high. Let's see.
Damage to crops and property is expected. We urge citizens to stay inside until the storm has passed.
Nope, we can get under it. Good. Okay. So we're going to go straight down here, which is... we're going to run out of room about right here. So I'm going to have to make the mouth bigger. And we'll just do a little bit of this. Okay. That should be wide enough. Almost. There we go. Oh, look. There was a pre-drawn connection already. We don't have to worry about it. That's fun. Okay. So now we're connected. I don't think I need an extra pier. And we're not going to do transit yet. Nope. We're just going to try to... this is a harbor, so I think I can just do a connection straight from here. So let's do it. Oh, no cargo vehicle access, so I do have to add the cargo port. Alright, we'll add these things. And then do I have to add a cargo port completely? I may have to. Cargo harbor. Is that what I should have dropped down to begin with? Yes. No problem. Yes, we have lots of money, so bulldozing things, not an issue. We're gonna call that just failure in government spending. All right, so cargo harbor. What are we overlapping with the... oh, I see, with the waterway. So now I have to reverse what I've done with the waterway a little bit. So that's okay. If I can remember how to do that. Maybe not. Maybe I can connect them and then place it down. So what if I just connect you two together and then take you? Oh, you're still going to be overlapping, aren't you? Alright, well, are you overlapping here? No, you're not. That will just take traffic across the bridge, though. Which... I mean, is interesting, right? Pull traffic across the bridge just for the intent of shipping the cargo, and then maybe even move my industry out this way. Bring a train over here. Oh, see, now I'm intrigued. The seafarer shipyards, all kinds of ships are built here, from cruise liners to cargo ships. Alright, now I'm intrigued. What started off as a big goofy oops is now turning into, I think, what will ultimately be better. So here's now where my cargo is going to be set up, which will draw my traffic across the bridge here down to here, which is good. Kind of set up for that. We've got a nice highway exit,
This
easy
is an
highway
emergency
across.
broadcast to all citizens.
A severe hailstorm
There won't
is
be any
approaching.
stopping up here, and I
Damage to
could
crops
even
and
turn
property
this
is expected.
into
We urge citizens to
um,
stay inside until the
like a
storm
commercial
has passed.
area. So we're gonna do this real quick. We don't need that. We don't need that. Nor do we need that little thing
We interrupt this
across.
program to bring you a special news bulletin.
A severe
Get rid of
hailstorm is
you.
approaching. Damage to crops and property
We're
is expected.
also,
We
though,
urge citizens to stay inside until the storm
gonna
has
put a
passed.
small road right here. Oh yeah. So initial highway as it comes in around is going to slow down here for any traffic that's exiting into the small road. I wonder if I double roundabout. No, I'm going to leave this alone for now. I may change this. If this starts backing things up, that's fine. But I like slowing down traffic as it comes into town so that as we get to here, we're already slow. Because I have so much volume and we're barely pulling anything deep into the city. So I'll probably have to clean all this up at some point. We'll figure out how that is. But now that I've staged a lot more additional space for industrial, it'll be easier to accomplish. All right. This here is now set. We got nothing. That's okay. We're going to begin our trade routes finally. Hooray. All right. So we're going to go from here. Whoops. From here to here and back. That's our first route. That's our second route. Can go from here to here and back. All right. What is this? Cargo cranes. Yes, why not? What is this? Warehouses. Well, we don't need that yet, but we will eventually. It's okay. Oh, here's our boat. Boat went right underneath there. So we're starting to finally attract boats. And this will be a nice place to put a ferry in. I'll be able to put a ferry over here and run that ferry past the port. Yeah, that'll be fun. Alright, so we've got the Golden Gate Bridge set. Our new commercial district set. Let's see about raising some more food. How about more carrots? Everybody likes carrots. It's very Thanksgiving-like. Right there. We're gonna go this way with it. Excellent. Again, reminder, this is going to be a short stream tonight. About another half an hour maybe. Then I'll be shutting it down. Got other things going on, but trying to do a little bit every day. So I'm in the suggestion taking mood, so next stream is likely going to focus more on boats. because Larry's asked about boats and wants more things for boats. So I'm gonna reward you, Larry, for your boldness. I've never messed with mods with this game aside from the classic stuff. I've played with mods so much in other games. I'm well aware of the irritant of, oh, my game's broken, what's going on? Oh, it's the mod. And then you get hooked on a mod and it breaks. And I realize that's not really how Cities is working. There's many mods that folks talk about as being critical to gameplay. Some folks will tell you that it's impossible to play this game without those mods, which makes me concerned that I may be playing this game entirely wrong. But that's okay. Anyways, if you have a favorite mod that you want me to introduce as like my first mod, feel free to recommend something. I won't necessarily buy right in, but I promise to consider anything reasonable.
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive, and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement.
I think next stream I may build more pedestrian walkways over busy streets, or pedestrian walkways over potential busy streets. So I haven't built the Northeast District yet. I've only built a Eastern European, we've got a UK section, we've got a French section, a little bit of Denmark, the beginnings of the Netherlands. But if I were to build a Northeast section, I think I'll build that with large, like learning from what I see going on here, and then build that. So I'm thinking pedestrian bridges over major roads.
Seems like everyone is in a hurry to get somewhere fast.
That I think would help a little bit here. If when I watch traffic, there are many times I see slowdowns as a result of pedestrians are in the way.
Besides, if I did that, I'd never get anywhere.
Well, this is nice. We're going to enjoy this for a little while. Uh-oh. A bit of a population dip right there, so what that normally means is that it's leveling out, and I'm starting to get to the max of what my my city can handle. You see my demand's also pretty much dropped for both commercial and industry. What do we got over here? Okay, need stone. Stone. Okay. Well, I think that sells it. Stone's going in. This is where it's going in. You'll see that there is not anything in the ground here from a mineral standpoint. I've already got that set up here. So I'm going to drop stone. And you know, that can go right here. It'll go like this, so that it just sort of like will be right around the whole highway, right? Alright, let's draw our... Oops, sorry guys. Yeah, you're gonna be more mad because I have to redraw the road. Yeah, that's alright again. Government is ineffective. All right. Be cool. Like, you know, you drive by this like big rock grinding facility. There we go. Right up on Strawberry Highway. Glad you were able to catch my stream tonight. For those of you that are watching live, as I've mentioned a couple times, this will be very short. So I'm doing my best to try to do a little something every day. And this is one of those days when I don't have a lot of time, but I did have a little pocket of time. So here we are, working on the city. Okay, so we've got this this cool little thing set up now. I think we'll throw some road services out here. There we go. How's my port doing? Oh, it's got trash issues. Sure it does, because I don't have any trash coverage in it. Did I even draw that out? I did not. Okay, we need to fix that. I'm gonna slow down the sim a little bit. That was a... Okay, we're gonna do that, because I like squares. And let's draw the district. Alright, that'll work for now. Okay, and I should have plenty of availability for trash coverage. Don't have a recycler right here. I do. It's a waste. 9 of 250 in use. Yeah, you're gonna operate here. How about you? Cycling center, 2 of 15 in use. Yep, plenty. Plenty. There we go. I am going to throw some industrial out here. But before I do that, I'm going to drop down another street. Nice small road across here. And we'll do industrial right here. There we go. I bet my unemployment right now is extremely high. I bet it's in the 20% range. Haha, 19.9. Not bad. Not bad for just a guess, right? But that makes sense, especially looking at my demand. So I think I'm going to bring commercial in down here. So let's see about putting down, well, no real goodness for commercial here. So not here yet. You can see where I'm lacking customers. So we're not bringing enough people into the city. That's what all this is about. Which gets me right back to my international airport discussion, which will more than likely drop my next stream. Unless I just get crazy and just do it now. Let's just see how difficult it would be to drop. Oh, you know what? I can't do it right now. I need more points. That's my problem. So I need a few more points. Gonna have to level up. So it will be next stream because I could obviously level up extremely fast if I want. I'm trying to make it so that my city is structured in a way that I can grow it to the millions population city I've been striving to get to since starting this game. Furthest I've gotten along is 700,000. And then what happens is patches hit, and when patches hit, it tends to really change a lot of the way your city is even going to work from a design standpoint. And so I don't really like destroying my city and rebuilding. At least I haven't done a lot of that. So instead what I do is I tend to start over and build a new city from scratch. For me, I've just enjoyed that. But that doesn't mean I won't go back to those cities at some point. Could absolutely happen. By the way, thanks for coming by tonight. If you haven't already, if you subscribe, you'll be able to turn on push notifications, and then you'll know when I stream. Which, again, I'm trying to stream every day, but I don't have a set schedule. So if you're enjoying this, then that's one way you can know when I'm doing this more. When you like my videos, that lets me know that you enjoy what I'm doing. So, and then, as I've mentioned, if there's things you'd like to see with cities or things you want me to do, within reason, feel free to mention in chat. Larry mentioned he wanted to know more about boats, and see more about boats, and wanted me to make bridges over the bay, and asked how many feet they should be, and he even wanted to see a video on that. Might do a video, but that led directly to me enhancing my city here and adding in the ports. So feel free to let me know what more you'd like to see, and we'll bring that along. I've got about probably about 20 more minutes, and then we're gonna call it a night. Like I said, I've got some other things to do. I kind of a hobbyist of variety. So in addition to this and the drone piloting, I play Dungeons and Dragons. So I've got a campaign I hit up on Tuesdays. So here we are on Tuesday. So it's going to be gaming time here in a quick minute.
That's right, Jim.
Wow.
Don't forget to look up this evening. It promises
I see
to be
something
quite
to
a
address. Slow downs. These I'm going to solve with bridges. This intersection in particular, I think needs a people bridge. Or at least intersections like it. Now the other option is to get folks off the road, which I think I can do through the subway system. But when I expand to the northeast section, the northeast city, one thing I'm going to consider is just how much people on the street are just impacting everything. So I think if I raise them off the street, that will help, and we'll see. But this is something else. Oh wow, here comes the horde. Alright, let's see if I've got I do have something neat to drop. What is this? The shipyard. Oh. Yeah, let's go with that. That's profits.
This is an emergency broadcast to all citizens.
A severe hailstorm is approaching. Damage to crops
Needs to be
and
by
property
water,
is
huh?
expected. We urge citizens to stay inside
Okay.
until the storm has passed.
Right there, maybe. I like that. Okay, we're slowly filling up. Wood and cotton, fish, vegetables, things I don't produce, we've got nothing. So we're definitely in the position of shipping things out, not shipping things in. I've got two different, I've got the carrots, we've got the, now let's see. We don't have any cotton set yet, so we can put cotton in right here. Maybe about right there. Oh, I didn't, I forgot to rename that. Now we're gonna leave that just like that. Maybe I turn the caps lock off. Maybe that'll help. Okay. Alright, we need a road.
This is an emergency broadcast to all citizens.
A severe hailstorm is approaching. Damage to crops and property is expected. We urge citizens to stay inside until the storm has passed.
Yeah, I don't want an intersection like this. This just leads to problems later. Alright, much better. Alright, this will give us some cotton. So these resources are the best way to manage your city's income. Neglecting on these will very much make it difficult for you to maintain any sort of income. So be sure that you pay attention to them early on in your planning. That is one of my big recommendations for early city planning is what's your first resource going to be? And where is it going to be? And how is that going to impact the rest of your city? And then plan that way. So again, these guys here, I don't have enough customers because I don't have an airport at the moment. This right here is my city bus station, which these bus lines all go to the connecting cities of the area. So, and then this is a commerce section. So, as you can see, there's every reason for Sims to come down here, and they're going to come in from other cities, but I'm not bringing enough in. And again, I'm equating that to I don't have any mass transportation aside from buses, which I wouldn't really call mass transportation, right? I don't have any trains into the city. I don't have any airports into the city. So without these things, you just don't have enough customers. That's something new from the patch. I like it. I think it. I like that there's these what I call mini goals in the game to accomplish, and because frankly, when you get your city to a certain size, it starts to just run on its own, and then you're like, oh well, I'm kind of done. I like these little mini challenges that are popping up, and I think it adds to the realism of the sim element. So, good job. Whichever studio wants to take accountability for cities today. I know that's a big dramatic thing that I personally am not too concerned about. There will always be a cities game to play. This is still probably like, okay, so this is really my favorite iteration, I think, of the cities genre right now. But what I still miss, and I really liked about, I think it was SimCity 4, where we had regions and you could have multiple cities and you could switch between cities, and then those cities could support each other, so you could like build multiple cities. That was pinnacle. That's where I want these cities games to go to. I want to manage multiple cities and their interactions between them, because there's all sorts of extra fun things you can do. Now, that said, you can kind of do that with this, right? Like you can almost, with districting, you can almost create cities within your city. I think there's some really fun things you could ultimately do with districting. So. Okay, it's 1:30. I'm going to give it a save here. That's a nice 5,000 gain. And, yeah, we're going to come up on the end of our time together. Again, I hope you've enjoyed watching my stream. This is a short stream tonight. I will be back tomorrow and through the holiday weekend here. I actually plan on streaming quite a bit, so I'll have some time, and got some vacation from my actual job, so I will have some time to mess around with city streaming. Oh, look, an EE round office building. Let's drop that. That is going in my EE section of town. Look at that right there. That is perfect for it. Oh yeah. Oh, and then an EE office right next to it. Sure thing. Here we go. Right by the fire station. Where else would they be? This is a more populated district.
Driving advisory
Another
has
death
been
wave.
issued for the immediate area due to poor road
Pretty good
conditions.
coverage.
Please exercise caution. if you
As
must
I've mentioned
drive and
before,
try to
normally
stay
when I
off
get
the
death
streets
waves like
until
this, I
conditions
just
improve. This
I just
has
look to
been
drop
a
another
local public service
crematorium if I can. That's how I trickle them in. But look at this. You know, this tells you it's not really a crematorium issue. It's a traffic issue. Okay, so here's all my hearses backed up. And it'll clear out, but that's what caused that little death wave there. So anyways, again, I will be streaming throughout the holiday here. If you subscribe, if you put push notifications on, that's how you'll know when I'm streaming. Just I don't really schedule anything at this point. And again, when you like my videos, it tells me that you enjoy what I'm doing. Feel free to comment if you want me to do something specific in the game, or if you're looking for wanting to make a video on something. I'm open to suggestions, open to ideas. I won't necessarily do them, but I will certainly entertain them. In fact, it was the comment from Larry that led to this little installation being built today. So, and I really like the way this is working out. I needed a way to get some of the heavy traffic out of my city, and this is actually, I think, a really good way to do it. You can start shipping things out by boat. So, gonna need to bring people traffic over here though in an easier way. I think that'll be something else I work on next stream. Alright, well, enjoy for a little bit here, and like I said, we'll be signing off here in just a few minutes.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin.
A heavy storm is approaching the city, and the likelihood of hail is very high. Traffic slowdowns and damage to crops and property are expected. Citizens are advised to remain indoors until the situation passes.
Okay, we are for sure benefiting from this little facility that I put in. Loving the change. So let's take a look how much is really coming in. Oh, it just looks cool. I still have a lot of deficit when it comes to a lot of my stuff, but these things that my city is using, so no surprise that we're not storing them heavy into the port, except we're storing exports.
We interrupt this
The bridge
program
is
to bring you a
great.
Special news bulletin.
A severe hailstorm is approaching. Damage to crops and property is expected. We urge
This is
citizens
working
to
out
stay
very
inside
well.
until the storm is passed.
This is still an issue. I have got to figure out a better way to solve this problem. You know what? It might be with a roundabout. You know, it doesn't even have to be a roundabout. It just needs to be a second way around. Now that I look at it. So if I just do this. So if I do that, and then connect it just straight on, yeah, we're gonna knock you down, buddy. Okay. Then will that draw maybe some of the traffic from here up ahead? Not at all. Is there a light there? No, there needs to be one. There we go. Alright, so it's an ugly solution. But like I said, I'm about ready to end the stream, and I only run this city when I'm streaming. So it will maybe something to fix next time, along with my insertion of the international airport. But for now, as you can see, it has gotten traffic to at least move a little bit, and that's what I want. It's a bit of an ugly solution, but it is a solution. And here they are, stacked up down back here, because really they were just trying to get to this part of the city, but at least it opens up this part of the highway temporarily. I don't like how this is. This is an ugly exit. But as you can see, this part of the city is just very popular for the trucks to enter. So they're coming in here, here, here. I've got an entrance down here. I don't know. I guess I could have maybe planned one for here, and that would have brought them around a little bit better. So I could always try to do that, but some of this is inevitable when it comes to certain types of traffic. Trucks in particular just tend to clog things up, especially when you wrap them in with buses. So anyways, something to consider as I expand the city and I expand the industrial section. Making sure that as the industrial section itself grows, that you have enough ways for trucks to get in and out of your city, because otherwise you end up with pileups like this one here. As far as the rest of my city goes, wow, see my death wave cleared out. This is my recycling center. May have to get moved soon because it tends to create ground pollution. So, oh look, a nice place for a pedestrian path. All right, something else to design next session. I put a pedestrian path through here. Maybe something between the buildings. Yeah, definitely room. And I can connect it here. The pedestrian path, let's see, like I did on this one. Very cool add to the game right now. goes right up to the school. Let's see what's going on this side of town here a little bit. There's
This
my
is an
haunted
emergency
house.
broadcast to all citizens.
A severe hailstorm is approaching. Damage to crops and property is expected. We urge citizens to stay inside until the storm
So
has passed.
here is one of my busier sections of the city. You'll see I built this bike ramp to basically bring the bikes across. I just end up in a spot where, you know, they're going to have to exit someplace and it's normally going to be on a road. So I tried to bring this all the way across to where you see the ramp is, but because we're playing in a mountain region, what you don't realize from this view is that we're on a slope. And so there's limited availability to work that in, especially as, you know, I'm trying to build it without destroying too many buildings and things like that in my city. So anyways, as I build the northeast section, these will be things that I kind of pre-plan and consider a little bit more. You know, obviously, this is my first time playing with the bike patch, so once again, I wanted to thank everybody tonight for watching. I am going to be shutting my stream down here. I will be back tomorrow, though, so hopefully you will have a chance to watch. Hope you enjoyed the stream tonight, and take care. Have a great evening. Bye now. We're going to give it a save. Here you go. Save. Overwrite that.
DJ Rango.
131 is where we begin next time.
This one comes from a fan named